Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On behalf of Brightway International School, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. This is the first session of career counseling for the students of grade 9 and 10 of Brightway International School. And I welcome Dr. B. Ramanathan from Singapore, who has spared his valuable time to enlighten our students about different career options in Singapore. Dr. Ram, on behalf of Brightway International School, I extend a warm welcome to you. Dr. Ram is the Managing Director of ACE International Singapore, and he is associated with many companies, organizations, industries, where he gives his expertise as the business expert, and he helps the people to establish the businesses, get the admissions, and establish themselves in Singapore. So over to you, Dr. Ram.
Good evening, all. Thank you, Dr. Halima, for providing this wonderful opportunity to me. It's always a happy moment and privilege to stand in front of the audience like youngsters. It's my passion to talk to the people like this. As per my capacity, I would like to provide a brief description as well as the details which are very useful for those who wanted to pursue their education, especially the higher learning uh, conditions in Singapore. I would like to thank the organizers and the school authorities who are providing this wonderful opportunity to me. I would like to start from my slides. Can you all see the slides?
Yes, it is visible.
As per the aim of this particular session, we wanted to exchange and update your understanding as well as the details which are going to make you to support your basic requirements to understand better about Singapore and the Singapore educational ecosystem. Study in Singapore. Why study in Singapore? That is the question we are having. Because we are engaging our activities in different kind of portfolio, not only for the education, also for our career advantage, which are going to make us to fit into the workforce in future. Studying in Singapore is also a criteria for many people who are willing to come over to Singapore and they wanted to continue their higher education after the schooling system. Because Singapore is as of now very competitive environment for getting the employment source. That's why many people, they are willing to move to Singapore and wanted to settle over here. Why study in Singapore? This is the way we are looking for the opportunity. How do we able to get the best education system? As of now, the education is more competitive because they are not just now creating the education, but they are creating the future workforce, especially the talents who are able to do the right job for the organization. So that is the way the education ecosystem is having its own competition along the different service providers in the world. Top-notch facilities and the environment, it is very important because if we don't have the enough facilities, enough ecosystem to support for the education to fulfill, we cannot able to sustain with that kind of competition. There is another way the internationally recognized degrees with affordable cost. That is also another part of the expectation. Many people, they wanted to gain internationally recognized certifications, especially the degrees. And the country, when they are planning to move out of their home place, they are thinking about the safe and secure environment. Singapore is ideally providing the safe environment for any people from different countries, whether they are origin from Asia, origin from Europe, or any other Western countries, even Africa. That is the way they are ensuring the harmony, racial harmony, religious harmony in Singapore to support for the safe and secure living experience for the people. And then it is very ideal location in Southeast Asia. People can move from any corner from the world to reach comfortably to uh, study in Singapore. There are few elements just I want to go through. Choose your program. That is very, very important. Karima already mentioned. It depends with your career pathways or career expectations. How do you choose the career pathway? You can choose the program accordingly. Then you submit the application. The review process will be taken, and the government will take the decision whether the student can be eligible for providing the student visa. Then you are here. There is a brief history of Singapore's education, especially when we are talking about any features or phenomena. It is very important for the people to better understand about the educational ecosystem and its own history, the track records. So 1960s, they have the survival driven phase. When they are having that kind of education, they are focusing for the primary school leaving examination, that is the PSLE. Then efficiency driven phase has been transformed to the community of learning in the year 1970s. After that, 1980s, they decide to transform into ability driven phase, where the students put into different streams from primary 4 and secondary school. Then later on, they are segregated for different kind of job opportunities or higher studies. 1990s, thinking the schools, especially for creating the national learning. That is very important because they are focusing for producing the people who can able to support for the national building. Then 2000s, teach less, learn more. That is the way they are enriching the capability of the people when the curriculum alone cannot able to provide the enough requirement. So they open up extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, enrichment activities, etc. Every school has the good ecosystem, good learning ecosystem, and teaching people, very competitive teachers. Especially 2010 and beyond, they wanted to make this kind of branding for secondary schools, which are not going to scrap any student to not to be fit to the workforce. That is the way they are making the educational journey from 1960s to 2010 and beyond. This is the infographic can able to tell you about the condition of Singapore educational ecosystem from preschool onwards, and later the primary for 5 years, 6 years, then the secondary for 4 to 5 years, 4 years for the express stream, 5 years for the normal stream, post-secondary, that is the junior college or the ITE, as well as polytechnic. Later on, the people can migrate for the degree in university or colleges. Why study in Singapore? Because we must need to know the conditions according to the system. That is very, very important because different countries following different kind of educational streams, and they are adopting different kind of patterns, whether it is international curriculum or local based curriculum. They are having different kind of teachers who can migrate from different countries to go and teach for the students on different disciplines. Singapore is ideally a multi-racial and multicultural environment. They have different kind of educational ecosystem. Mainly the government is engaging Cambridge-based education ecosystem in their government schools. They are having different kind of private curricular portions, especially IB diploma program, as well as international schools who are providing their own country-based kind of thing, like Germany, France, US, and other countries. Here we can see the flow chart. Secondary education from the home country, any home country, any country like Malaysia, India, Bangladesh, Maldives, Sri Lanka, or Vietnam, Cambodia, any country we can able to segregate with that. The basic formal education that is completed with secondary education. Later they are moving for 11th and 12th, that is higher secondary in India, but other places they are making their own junior college level. Singapore, they are following the junior college level, that is the high school, where they can able to persuade for different kind of things, especially the bachelor's degree. If they don't want to enter into the junior college, they can go and choose the vocational educational stream, that is the technical education condition. Um, Instead of technical education providing some kind of certificate for the people. The same time, polytechnics also providing 3 years diploma program in technical learning education. Whereas the junior college completed people can go directly to the degree program offered by universities and local institutions, offshore university-based degrees they are providing. Later, after the undergraduation completed, they can move for master's degree. If they wanted to continue for doctorate, PhD, they can able to continue. Otherwise, they can get the master's degree itself. So the academic career pathway is depending with the higher learning pattern. Those who wanted to penetrate into the teaching ecosystem, teaching level in institutions, it is supporting a lot for them. Or they can go with the employment, the current workforce who are supporting for the national building or operations. So this is everywhere quite common, but Singapore also it is ideally fit for that. So you can better understand about all these conditions. Either you can go with the normal stream or technical stream. There are guides available for you. If you want to procure, you can be able to choose the guide to international education and schools available. You can get it in online, or you can get it through the institutions where you wanted to apply for that. Singapore is ideally fit for high school because many people they wanted to put their children here for getting the placement in universities because it is very competitive among the world. So the more local education people they can easily enter into the high learning atmosphere, say the polytechnic or this kind of degree programs. It is possible for them. This map can illustrate about the junior college, that is high school. So there are several institutions, top ranked institutions, Raffles Institution, Anglo-Chinese Junior College, Catholic Junior College, Temasek Junior College, Jurong Pioneer Junior College, Millennia Institutes. So if you wanted to go with this kind of streamline, you can approach to the particular institutions. They are providing the enough details for those people who wanted to join for the school, international students. The next one is the technical based kind of higher learning. If the people who wanted to continue their higher learning opportunity, not to go with the junior college, that is the high school, they can choose either the ITE level or the polytechnic education. Singapore has few ITEs, North, East, West, and Central, as well as they are having 5 polytechnics. Why do they have all these kind of things? Because Singapore workforce is mainly focusing for 4 major category of people: professional, managerial, executive and technical cadre people. So the technical cadre and the executive kind of people may come from this particular streamline. So that's why the Singapore workforce is entirely depending on the local education and the people who are studying in the local institutes. So these are all the value addition for Singapore workforce. Just you can able to understand about all these things. The IT headquarters available with the college central. They are heading for the operations for Institute of Technical Education, coming under with the technical cadre, especially guided by Ministry of Education. The 5 polytechnics, they are focusing for mainly 4 major areas: tech-based education, industry relationship, because the institute-industry relationship can bring more skill-based kind of learning, experiential learning, simulation kind of opportunities. That's the way they can able to learn hands-on training, hands-on learning. That is very, very important. Applied research, there are a lot of projects they are providing for the opportunity to go with the reality. Either it is going to be applicable for the current scenario, problem-based learning, that is providing the solutions to take it out for solving the problems. That is very, very important. So most of the institutions, they are providing this kind of problem-based learning. It is providing a lot of learning skills as well as learning opportunities, because I mentioned earlier the 2010 after they wanted to make this kind of transformation go with the reality. These slides can illustrate about the top colleges and universities in Singapore. National University of Singapore is the leading university, top ranked institute in Singapore. Also in the world, it is very high level. Nanyang Technological University, technology-based university. Singapore Management University is management supporting university. SUTD, Singapore University of Technology and Design, providing the technical education and design environment. Also privately owned institute like PSB Academy, SP Jain School of Global Management, Nanyang Institute of Management, Singapore Institute of Technology, James Cook University, Australia, campus in Singapore. Management Development Institute of Singapore, also privately owned. Here we can able to see the best universities in Singapore. National University of Singapore is #1 among other universities. Second, Nanyang Technological University. Third, Singapore Management University. Singapore University of Technology and Design, 4th level. Yale NUS College is 5th level. National University of Singapore has the different kind of faculties like Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Management. There are many schools, arts and science, and a medical school, engineering school. Different streamlines are available. There are different institutes, research institutes also available in National University of Singapore. So they are focusing mainly for policy making through the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy Studies. They are bringing more talents from all over the world to come and study there. School of Law is providing the local law education in Singapore. Those people can able to practice in Singapore in the court. Nanyang Technological University, mainly technology based, mostly applied learning kind of aspects, technical aspects, equipment, device, and other IP rights through the research they wanted to generate. Singapore Management University providing the fundamental courses under the management discipline. Singapore University of Technology Design, because Singapore is creating a lot of infrastructures, world competitive infrastructures. So they need this kind of technology and design oriented kind of programs. So especially for this kind of focus, many places they don't have, but Singapore is ideally having for that. That is the way they are enriching the capability for the people to go and study with the technology and design, because now the industry 4.0 is bringing more values like new generation technologies, robotics, automation, cloud computing, cyber security, data analysis, and so on. So we can able to focus all these things here. Singapore is ideally providing the co-curricular activities, especially the sports education. If anybody is having that kind of capacity, it is very much focused for them to apply in Singapore, even though they can persuade different kind of careers or education in Singapore, but they can able to use the sports kind of talent to apply to Singapore. They are having different kind of partnerships with different sports agencies because they are giving more value for sports. Top 10 education systems in maths and science, Singapore is number one according to the world. So you can see how the education is having this kind of criteria for making them to become number one in other, and when compared to other countries. Overall ranking, Singapore, especially the 15 years old people, they are topper in maths and science. So world competition, they are going to win the championship to bring this kind of ranking to Singapore. Countries with the best higher education, especially for the business orientation, Singapore is the top ranked kind of place. So if you want to persuade your business oriented degrees, you are welcome to Singapore. Top 10 Asian universities, National University of Singapore is number one, second Nanyang Technological University. So you can able to focus for your future education, either it is medicine or arts or science, engineering. Anyway, you can able to get this kind of admission through these top ranked universities. After completion of your education, it is providing the opportunity for you to stay back and work, getting the work permit from the government agency when you are studying in Singapore, because mostly the freshers, they are taking from the local institutions. Other countries, they cannot able to come when they are just finishing their course without having any experience. It's very difficult to get the job in Singapore, but mainly they are providing the local education to focus for the talents and the skill-based kind of workforces. So they are all very good for them to procure for the local needs. Singapore is ideally a smart nation. They have a lot of ideas that are bringing one nation. You can see the different verticals. They are having different kind of aspects, especially interagency collaboration, infrastructure development, disaster management, information management, public administrations, citizen services, and immigration control, and so on. So these are all providing the lawfully controlled atmosphere. So Singapore is ideally ranking in top for many elements, many factors. Why do they make all these kind of leading technology? Because innovation hubs out of Silicon Valley, San Francisco. There are many countries competing to procure the Silicon Valley. Singapore is now top ranked to procure the Silicon Valley atmosphere. So that is the way they are bringing more investment, more multinational companies to choose Singapore as their headquarters in this Asia Pacific hub. So that is the way the Singapore government is working very hard and procuring all these kind of elements to incorporate for the local education that is more competitive, more productive, and more beneficial for the community. Why do we are coming here? Because AS International Private Limited is providing the consultation services for business excellence, because Singapore is providing this excellent opportunity. So we are also supporting the local companies. How do they able to achieve their goals as business excellence status through our products and services, especially consulting, licensing, auditing, education and training, extracurricular add-on value education, we are supporting for them. Research and innovation, product development, funding opportunities, we are securing for them. Digital transformation and solutions, business and management services, providing the expertise support, investment and funding sources for different business, career advisory and support for those workforces who wanted to switch over into different category, or the newcomers who wanted to choose the best career for them. Products and material sourcing, that is also very important for different kind of people. We are supporting for that kind of way. Yes, International is offering another way, the consulting services for capability building, especially we are believing on entrepreneurial leadership kind of capacity, So we are also supporting applied learning program, ALP, to learn some new generation technologies. Global immersion program to learn different kind of cultures. When they are getting exposed to the multicultural environment, they can able to learn a lot how to work together with the different kind of racial people. Cross-cultural learning also very important. We have to respect others' culture as well. Singapore is procuring that kind of racial and religious harmony. Company or industrial visit, institutional visits, we are arranging for those people who wanted to see the smart nation environment of Singapore. Also providing on-job training in different disciplines like manufacturing, services, management, food and beverage, travels and hospitality, fintech kind of atmospheres, research and training institutes, internship projects we are supporting for the higher learning people who wanted to procure the opportunity to study the real-time environment. Thank you so much for providing this wonderful opportunity. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can reach to my contact through these particular details, either my hand phone or sending an email to me. Our website is here, so if you are willing to go and procure the information, you are always welcome. Thank you. Over to Dr. Halima. I'm very thankful for providing this wonderful opportunity to interact with the students and the teachers as well as parents. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ram, for your informative session. It was quite informative. And dear parents and students, since this is the first session, that's why we are making it quite general session. And I have given one Google form to you all. Please write your career choices so that we can arrange the next session accordingly, so that we can have the specific, like for the pilots, we can have different sessions. For the aspiring surgeons, we can have different sessions. Aspiring engineers, we can have different sessions. So please let us know your career choices. Thank you very much. And now next, I would like to invite Mr. Ahmad from Malaysia, who is going to give us an insight why to study in Malaysia and what are the options available in Malaysia. So I welcome you all. I welcome you, Ahmad Sahab from Malaysia. Now over to you.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
All right. Very good. Very good. So my name is Ahmad, Dr. Ahmad. I'm currently living in Malaysia and teaching faculty in one of the universities here. And this is simply my passion. And I have been doing this, helping, assisting international students to get smooth admission processes to Malaysian universities since 2008. Yes, so we are a registered agency or foundation in Malaysia. Aspiration Education Services is our agency. And first of all, thank you very much to Dr. Halima for giving us this opportunity and creating this platform to see directly to some parents living in most probably in Maldives and also some other places. And also Dr. Ram.
They are from Maldives only. Ahmad Sahab,
Oh,
from Maldives.
I see.
And
Okay,
exclusively my school, Brightway International School's parents.
All right. All right. So the audiences here, I'm very glad to see you and this evening from Brightway International Schools, International Education Center, and the parents particularly, and the students also from this international school, and particularly also to Dr. Ram for giving us quite insightful information from Singapore, my neighboring country here. We're just very close to each other. And we used to be there also very frequently. And so it is my pleasure again to see all of you, to give some very initial information about Malaysian education system and how international students particularly can be securing a place here for study, for their studies. And I'm not basically in this initial meeting, I'm not very keen to go for very detailed, because in our next session probably, or we may have one-to-one session later if you have some interest to study in Malaysia. And also probably in the future occasion, we will go through university by university, program by program that we offer in Malaysia. But this is going to be very general for today. And my point is here, I appreciate Dr. Ram basically for providing in Singapore top-class education. I have no objection for that because it's true, right? However, the good point that we have in Malaysia is affordable education, right? Because we have various multinational universities directly, their sister campuses are here, and with the Malaysian rate, Malaysian education fees, and all this, and living costs also. I think everybody knows, though, those who have been in Malaysia, is quite comfortable, and one of the very peaceful society also. I'm not saying that Singapore is also very peaceful and secure. I know that when I go to my uncle, usually we reach there sometimes at overnight. And my uncle, when in the phone call, they say, you just come and go into so-and-so room and you take rest. And they don't have to unlock the door because the door is unlocked. This is the security that they have. I know about these things. But in Malaysia also, we are almost similar societies here. 3 ethnicity we have here: Indian, Malaysian, and also Chinese society here, and very harmony that everybody knows in Malaysian context. Basically, Malaysia, that's what we call, it's truly Asia, right? And that is the slogan that we used to say. So as for the education, that and also our agency is basically solely, we are focusing on the education only. We are not doing any other consultancies. And it is, our consultancy is 100% free to all parents, because this is the passion, this is the thing that we can offer basically. And even we have quite a number of services that we provide continuously to the potential students and also those who are here already. So let me just say a little bit about this. Is just info. So just a paper cut from yesterday newspaper. Malaysia is ranking, university ranking shows that Malaysia is one of the quite strong, I'm not saying that the best. So, but it is quite affordable and competitive education system also we have here. And we have various universities and colleges, right? Because we have, that's why we have wider choices here compared to any other places. And one of the intention of Malaysian Education Ministry here, the government itself, is trying to make Malaysia as educational hub. So we are basically contributing towards that. So, and it is true that we have quite big number of international students here. And nowadays for the universities, this is also a requirement. Because for ranking, you have to have many international students, and also in terms of faculties, also you have to have quite a big portion of international staff to get recognition, right? So we are moving towards that. And Malaysia is, according to UNESCO record also, 11th most desired places for the parents and for the potential students here. And we have, as I mentioned just now, we have variety of programs, choices, particularly we have many transferable programs. Like someone come from just O-level, in most of the countries, you have to go through diploma or any technical schools and all this. We have plenty of programs. You can, even O-level, directly you're going to the university, to first-year university program. We offer American degree program, basically. And that is going to be for 4 years, of course, because you're going from O-level. So, and many other choices, basically. I'm going to, not going to go very detailed. And for the, what are the things that we are offering? Why the potential parents, you have to choose our service, right? So this is the thing that we do because we are not engaging in any other businesses. We are working on the education only. With our backgrounds, we have expertise, particularly myself, I have psychology background. And for that, I can even, we usually provide psychological assessment to the student, those who are planning to move to Malaysia for their further studies. And we see their aptitude, we see their interest, we see their level of intelligence, we see their motivation and all this. After that, it's easier for us to allocate and to suggest them what type of program they are supposed to be choosing, what type of university they are supposed to be choosing for their future career path. And not only that, we also provide all the paperwork for them to get admission to the universities. They just have to communicate with us and provide all the necessary documents. We provide service for them. Everything is, as I mentioned just now, for free. And we register them to the universities. We basically, we are not processing the visa. In Malaysian context, the university apply visa for them. And however, we follow up all the steps that they have to go through. They can just keep waiting for the outcome, and it is much easier for us here to follow up. Everything is online now. We can follow up the visa, 10% approved, 20% approved, 50%, even we can follow up all this online. And then upon the approval, receiving the approval, they can easily download the approval from home country and straight with your original passport, go to the Malaysian embassy, and they will definitely provide the visa. So this is what we suggest them. We always follow up. We assist them along the way, and all this paperwork for the admission processes we are doing on behalf of the students, and we make sure that every necessary documents. Sometimes students they do not realize requirements from the Malaysian Education Ministry, from the Malaysian immigration authorities. So this is where our role is. We advise them, we suggest them, and we also follow up. And also, upon their arrival, we make all the arrangement from airport pickup until their accommodation if they require. And also we continuously guide them. Even though we registered them, this is not, we do not stop there. As a parent like mentorship, we follow up because we are living here, and we always communicate with them. If they require any information, so we provide them. We are always ready to help them, to assist them. And even occasionally we invite them during Hari Raya or during any festival time. We invite them to our place, and we enjoy together. We have hundreds of students, even few hundreds. So we get together. So this is what we do. It's like our role is like a parents here, and everything, all the services that we give is just to assist them, right? So in terms of universities and choices here, I will definitely highlight, this is one of the, I think everybody knows, this is not new to any particularly Muslim society, International Islamic University, Malaysia. And so, and even I think Maldives, a few ministers have been studying in this prestigious university. So they have right up to, from the medicine up to all Islamic studies, and all the subjects are available. And of course, I'm not going to have say every detail here. For example, medicine, what is the requirement for pharmacy? What is it? We know everything. Then we will individually later, if anybody requires any assistance, so we will give them all these directives, all this information, right? So for the international degree, we have, as I mentioned just at the beginning, we have a few direct international universities. They are having campuses here. And also many programs they are offering here transferable to other countries. You study here with the Malaysian rate, Malaysian cost of living. If you wish, you study only 1 year here and then transfer, move to any country. You want to go UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, any country you wish to study later, university is going to assist you to get admission to the universities across the world, right? So this is something that we offer in Malaysia. And if you wish, you want to continue and you want to finish degree, until you finish the degree, also you can continue in Malaysia. But the certificates is coming from, if you your degree program is associated with UK university, degree certificate is coming from there. So in terms of living cost and also university fees, you are paying in the Malaysian rate. So you basically students save a lot. And then afterward, if you want to move for your postgraduate to overseas, it's also you plenty of choices you have. But mostly what the student usually do is they study 1 year here or second year up to 2 years, and then they go for final year or another 2 years to overseas universities. And we have basically Monash, which is from Australia, and Nottingham from UK. Their sister campuses are here. There are a few more, but these are two prominent universities directly offering, as if you are studying Monash, Australia here, as if you are studying in Nottingham in UK here. So the environment is completely overseas education, but with the affordable fees and living cost, of course. And it is for Muslim particularly. Malaysia is very friendly, I should say, right? Even in every point, every bus station, every train station, we have the prayer, Mushallah or Surah. Those who have been to Malaysia, probably you are familiar with this. And it is very comfortable and also convenient for particularly for the Muslim. I'm not saying that it's not comfortable for other community. It's quite okay in Malaysia. And this is another international medical university is concentrating for medical programs particularly, but they do have a few other programs also, like business, health science, and other programs. And this is also transferable medical program. 2.5 years, students do their medical degree here in the Malaysian campus, and after that, usually students go to UK, Ireland, Australia, and some other countries for their completion of. And Monash, probably I do mention already. So we have very detailed here, program fees and all this. I'm not going to repeat basically all this. And Sunway is also another private university here offering very affordable and also quality education. And Thales, one of the I think in Asia also they have good rank, and in the context of Malaysia, #1 private university, even in the today or yesterday's ranking, according to the latest ranking, #1 private university in Malaysia. And all this, I should say, quality education with very affordable, reasonable tuition fees and also living cost in the Malaysian peaceful environment. So I think we have good number of Maldivian students basically here. I have quite a number of friends, and also it's not we have good basically mutual relationship also, Malaysia and Maldives. And this is another private institution. Basically, the fees compared to other private universities is very reasonable. And also all the transfer programs are available here, like American degree from O-level, straight you go to the degree, and you don't have to go through any other foundation. And also one of the best things in Malaysia, we offer all internationally recognized foundation program, like Southern Australian Foundation, of course, A-level, O-level is offering by every universities here, and also Canadian pre-university program. So which is 1-year course. After that, this is something like bridging, and you go to any universities here in Malaysia and also universities across the world, right? Mostly students, if they do Canadian pre-U, usually they go to Canada, right? But it is possible to go to other countries also. Those who are doing Southern Australian or Australian Foundation, usually they go to Australia, but it's very much possible to join any universities in different countries. So these are the basically information that I wanted to share here. But for details, of course, our contacts and all these are here. We provided our contact numbers, emails, and all this. So any parents or any students, if you want to know more about this details in terms of subjects availability, your interest area, or you want to do any psychological test with me, also possible, right? So I'm a test provider to university or pre-university students. So this is what I basically deliver to all of you, and I'm very basically glad to be here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed. Yes, and you have completed on right time, because we can hear the Maghrib Azan here, you know, for the prayer, for Maghrib prayer. So we have to now wind up the meeting. Yes, so if they have any queries, any questions, they can always contact us, and then we will forward those queries to you, or otherwise directly you have given the email IDs, they can contact. And this was the first session. It was very general session, but inshallah, I have collected their choices. I will be collecting more from other students, and then we will plan something specifically for specific career options. So what are the universities available, suppose for medical, where they can go, how much is the expenses, what are the eligibility criteria. So inshallah, this series is going to be maybe before the examination. They are going to appear for the exam in the month of May. So before May, we are going to have 3 more sessions that is going to give them clear insight about their career path, that what they have to do, inshallah. So thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much, Dr. Ram. And thank you very much, all my distinguished parents and students. I hope that this session was beneficial for you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.